final score, Wrexham 3, Barrytown United 2. We're top of the league. Not bad at all. Jenny Sugarman's having a rather good time of it, isn't she? And this was a heck of a game played at a windswept and rain-soaked racecourse. I mean, the ultimate game of two halves. Barry showed such heart, but ultimately Wrexham were able to come through, and it's rather encouraging that you look at the two games so far this season, you think, okay, we've had 1.5 games where we've looked scintillating, even when we were 2 down against Britain Ferry, we still looked very good. And then a second half where we suddenly malfunctioned, struggled massively, but still showed the resolve to come back and win the game at the end. And indeed, after the late winner, could easily have scored 2 or 3 more, in all honesty. This team's exciting to watch. It's got goals in it and has shown terrific heart as well. So we get a strange sort of boost before kick-off when we discover that Barrytown United have chosen, and I must emphasise, chosen to put an outfield player in goal. So Erin Murray, who's actually their equal top scorer against us, she is in goal. Their goalkeeper, the first choice keeper, good goalkeeper Molly Arneson, was sent off last Saturday as they lost 4-0 against Swansea. So their under-19s keeper, who's 18, Emily Blunt. Yes, Emily Blunt. Came on and made her league debut. She'd played 1 Adran Trophy match and previously. Well, they'd left her on the bench and chose Murray, who actually, to be fair to her, A, didn't look like a goalkeeper at all, but B, had a cracking game and made so many saves. I mean, Wrexham will look at this and think, there was a chance to fill our boots. We had so many clear sights of goal against a non-specialist keeper, and we hit shots too close to her because she was looking to save so much with her feet. But having said that, that's not her fault. Her position was obviously good, and she had an absolute blinder. So the first half is all Wrexham. I mean, very, very one-sided. Within just after a minute, we go close. Lovely hold-up play by Suckley and feeding in Cara Jones, cutting inside into the right channel. She drills in a shot and Freeman gets a good block in to protect her goalkeeper. But it's only a temporary reprieve because we score from the corner. It is our second fastest ever recorded goal after a goal Lauren Rees scored against Denby 4 years ago in an 18-0 win. So the corner is swept in by Snape, making her first start for us. And I've got to say, she was magnificent, and her delivery of corners was brilliant. She tears it inside the far post. Bartle, not for the last time, wins a good header. It's cleared off the line. There's a scramble in the goal mouth. Bartle does well to get to it and hook the ball in from about 4 yards out and go off. An extravagant celebration. And Wrexham continue to be massively on top, although Barry is showing threat on the break. They have pace on the flanks. They always do. They have a quite clear way of setting themselves out with a quite deep defensive line and pace on the flanks to try and break away. And Sienna Stone is looking threatening. That threat will become real in the second half. But they don't really carve out any chances in the first half, and Wrexham start to really make opportunities. Phoebe Davis with a really good win of the ball. She feeds Mahmood, who was just a wizard in the middle of the pitch. Helps her onto Lily Jones. Great ball to Cara Jones. But her shot, driven in, is saved by the feet of Murray, a phrase I may say quite a lot in this podcast. Almost instantly from the corner, Snape again whips it into the same area. Same outcome. Bartle comes up, wins the header. Suckley, looking to just get a touch on it in the goal mouth, flicks it on, but unluckily for her, can't quite get enough on it, and it goes into the chest of Murray. A straightforward save. But in 24th minute, we make it 2-0, and it did feel like it was coming. Davis doing well again, starting the move, finding Snape carrying it down the left and feeding Mahmood, who goes off a lovely dribble into the box on the left-hand side. She squares it to Suckley. Maybe could have played a touch stronger. So when the ball arrives at Suckley, defenders in to try and get a block, and does get the block in, but it ricochets to Snape on her right foot, and she does beautifully. She takes it on her right foot, then pivots completely, goes to her left, and whips a fabulous shot across the keeper and inside the far post. No chance for Murray. Wrexham 2 up after 24 minutes, and at this point, it looks like it's going to be an avalanche. And we should have had more by half-time, which I think would have killed the game off. And a side with a stand-in keeper who's being kept very busy would surely have seen their heads go down. A couple of minutes later, Snape clearing from our own corner, but something bizarre is going on up the other end, because Barry have left nobody back. Okay, it's not unheard of. But Barker goes up the pitch and stands her on her own, the halfway line. And the astonishing thing is Barry don't respond. They leave her there. So if we launch it long through the middle, Barker's all on their own. Unfortunately for us, Snape gets down the left side of the box, looks to drill it forwards, and it goes quite wide down the left. So Barker is caught up just about as she's trying to cut back into the box, but it's a heck of an opportunity. She gets a shot off which wins a corner. Cara Jones's first chance to put a corner in from the left-hand side, and she sweeps it in. Bartle, this time attacking the near post rather than waiting in there, is unmarked, and she comes sprinting in, and she just arrives a fraction too soon and can't control her header, and it goes well wide. But the pressure continues, and Murray starts to make some more difficult saves. Mahmoud drops off deep, lovely skill to dribble past the midfielder, and then helps the ball on. A brilliant pass to Barker, who's one-on-one with the keeper, and Murray manages to save it with her feet. Barker knows this is a heck of a chance. I mean, she's such a good finisher. She's such a good striker. And Murray's not really covering things that aren't within the reach of her feet. She just has to feed it inside the posts, and she knows it. She looks so angry with herself when it's saved. From the corner, again, it's Snape, but this time going short, and Cara Jones whips the ball in. It's half cleared, and then a really intelligent effort by Nat Clark. On the edge of the box, the ball bouncing awkwardly. She hooks it back in. She's not really looking to get power as much as she's looking to just drop it into that difficult spot under the bar where you get plenty of goals in the Adran Premier. And against a non-specialist, you think, oh, this really is a chance, and it's a good save. Murray gets across and gets a firm hand on it to punch her over her own bar. Great effort by Clark. Good work by the keeper. But the pressure continues. Snape whips it in, and there's an absolutely mad scramble. Now, I always think with goalmouth scrambles, chances are it won't be a goal. So many bodies in there, everything gets blocked. This one felt like it just had to be a goal because the scramble takes place virtually on the goal line. So Barker wins another header from a corner. It's cleared off the line, drops into the goalmouth. Another shot comes in from Barker, cleared off the line. Suckley gets to it about 2 yards out, but the ball just dropping between her feet, and she can't quite dig out the effort. And ultimately, when she tries to drive it in, it's blocked and ricochets away. Amazing escape for Barry. And that, I think, would have made the second half very different. There is one more opportunity, though. Last minute of the half, great burst by Barker, tearing past Jenkins and drilling a shot across Murray, who has no chance, but it just shaves the far post. So half-time, Wrexham 2 up, looking very, very good value for that. And Barry fix it. They come out and they're just transformed in the second half. There's no obvious sort of strategic change, formational change, but they're getting a lot closer to us, reducing the space a lot quicker, feeding balls down the flanks really well, and they get a bit of a helping hand 2 minutes into the half. They're starting like this, but you sort of think, okay, well, let's just make sure nothing silly happens, and then we should be fine to regain control of the match. But they do get a goal in the second minute of the half. Stone does really well, bursts down the left-hand side, drills in across. It's into a very good area, but there's nobody in there really for Barry. But unfortunately, as Craven comes to take the low cross, Phoebe Davis feels that she doesn't want to take any chances, sticks her foot out in front of her keeper, trying to poke it past the post, puts it inside the post, an own goal. And Barry are back in the game. There's an opportunity for Wrexham to open things up. Barker does really well, feeds Mahmoud. She cuts inside to the edge of the area. The return is on. Barker's made a great run across the back of Mahmood, but I think Mahmood is entitled to take the shot. The defenders back off slightly, but they get a good block in. She looks to rip the shot. Oh, no, beg your pardon. She looks to curl it. Doesn't quite set it inside the post. There's too straight. Keeper holds on to it. And 6 minutes after that blow to Wrexham, it's all level again. And it's another one which is avoidable. Josie Smith plays a back pass. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. There's lots of time. Lizzie Craven's so good on the ball. And sadly, just has one of those moments. She has it on her right foot. Harris is quick and she comes to close down. Craven tries to cut across her and go back onto her left foot, and Harris gets a tackle in and walks it into an empty net. It's 2-2, and Wrexham are shell-shocked. We just don't get our game going. It must be said, though, that Barry don't really carve out another proper chance as such. They play well. They show threat down the flanks, but they don't actually make any more chances after this. The problem for Wrexham is that we don't either. And Jenny Sugarman realises something's got to be done, and she makes a couple of decisive substitutions. The first of 20 minutes left, Abby Inden comes on for Ava Suckley, who has worked so much. Suckley's had one of those games where she's worked very hard. She's had some very good moments. On another day, she might have had a hat-trick. And I'm not saying she's missing chances so much as just not quite getting the right contacts on things and keepers saving chances that on another day would have flown in. But she comes off, Idenden comes on and immediately starts to trouble Barry. And with the ball sticking up front, as Idenden is talented at doing, we start to put them under pressure. Within a minute of her coming on, Davis feeds a good ball forward. Idenden holds it up superbly, feeds in Lily Jones, and she helps her on for Barker, bursting into the right channel, who smashes a shot into the side netting. Then it's Cara Jones feeding it into Widdenden, who again holds her up nicely, helps it on. Mahmood is one-on-one with the keeper. The flag goes up for offside. It's not offside. It's a little closer than I thought it was at the time. At the time, I was shocked to see the flag go up. But having looked back at it, it is definitely onside. So real frustration as Mahmood was one-on-one. 8 minutes left. Sugarman makes another 2 changes. Karen Allen comes on for Phoebe Davis. Fantastic to see her back, because that foul on her in the 4th minute of our, second minute, beg your pardon, of our game, Britain Ferry, was horrible, and I thought she might be out for a long time. So brilliant to see her straight back on the pitch. But the other one, the key one, is up front. Cara Jones comes off. Rosie Hughes comes on. We are really committing now. Nominally, Mahmood's right wing back. She's not really tracking back much though, and she's coming very narrow, and we are just tearing at them with now Hughes up front, Inden and Barker behind her, but they're all getting in the box and they're all looking to make attacking runs, and we start making chances, serious chances. A really nice move sees Hughes help the ball on with a good flick to Snape. Snape whips in the cross. Inden gets it, spins and hits a shot, but it's too straight from 15 yards. Keeper holds it. If she'd left it, Hughes was unmarked behind her. To be fair, though, again, just like Mahmood not passing to Barker, not so sure she was aware of the movement behind her. And also, in that position, I think you'd expect a striker to have a shot, to be honest. The breakthrough comes with 3 minutes left, and it's lucky. Or is it? Maybe it's not. No, maybe I shouldn't say that. Hannah Snape takes another whipped-in, wicked corner, and it goes straight in. It hits a defender on the line, but that's neither here nor there. It's going in anyway. It's the one moment when Murray looks really like she shouldn't be in goal, because she gets horribly underneath her at the near post. The ball's dropping in the middle of the goal. She can't reach it. And it's a really bad misjudgment by her. There's nobody on her either pressuring her, but it goes straight in. Cue fabulous scenes of celebration. And we then think, okay, let's batten down the hatches. I really liked Bartle, who in amongst the celebration is tapping the side of her head to say, right, concentrate now, think. Let's not make any stupid mistakes. But actually, it's us who run riot in the closing stages, breaking on a Barry team that's naturally looking to take chances, and probably should have had another goal by the end of it. The first of 5 minutes of added time, Craven knocks a good long ball. Hughes with a tremendous flick. Barker bursting down a left-hand side. her pace turns it into a shooting opportunity. It's a tight angle, but she drives in, strikes it well, and Murray manages to save it with her feet as well. It spins up though, and dropping under the bar, Hughes attacks it and blocks Murray off. Murray goes down, the ball spins behind for a corner. Murray, feeling it was a foul, referee says absolutely not. A couple of minutes later, another opportunity again. Lily Jones, who really in the closing stages, the way she's driving us forward and prompting is typical of her, and great energy by her. Again, driving forwards. Barker picks up her pass. Superb run by her. She drills a shot from the edge of the area in the right channel across the keeper, who goes down, and it sort of, like I said, she's not a goalkeeper. It's really unorthodox. It sort of hits her hip, and she gets just enough on it for it to spin wide of the post rather than go in. And moments after that, again, it's Lily Jones creating a great ball to Rosie Hughes. She squares it nicely for Idden, who smashes in a shot. Terrific block by Jenkins. The ball spins loose and Rosie Hughes pounces on it. Those defenders will converge on her, so hits a snapshot which goes into the side netting. The final whistle blows. The Wrexham Ultras, who'd made fabulous noise again, go crazy, and Wrexham go top of the league. My word though, Barry Town United deserve an enormous amount of credit for what they did. They were terrific. Their spirits, their heart, the way they didn't give up. Murray in goal, heroic. And the way that the players rallied around her as well. They've got a lot to be pleased with, but ultimately they come away with nothing. And Wrexham should have scored more. We scored enough. I guess in football that's what really matters. With the final score of Wrexham 3, Barry Town United 2, I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC.